Welcome back, everybody, to another episode here in 2023. We are here now, and we are very excited about the new coming year and how it's going to affect our business. I know a lot of manufacturing businesses, a lot of distributorships, they're very, very happy right now with lead times. They are improving slowly. We're slowly getting back to the way it was in 2019. Now, I wanted to touch a little more base on what's been going on lately, especially the floods. Now, in California, where I'm from, Southern California, but more importantly, Northern California, there's been quite a bit of floods. And you can see it all over the news. I'll show you some articles up on the screen. And we're going to talk about how a hose reel or emergency trailer can help you with the flood. And sometimes you can use it for both, for wastewater spills and for floods, depending on the pump and trailer combination you have. So we're going to touch base on this, and I hope it's helpful to you. So let's get started. Okay, so how can hose reels or emergency trailers help you in a flood situation? Well, briefly, hose reels and trailers can help you get liquids from point A to point B on a consistent manner. So the best thing that you could use trailers for, emergency trailers, to respond to a flood is it helps you dewater an area that might be a high value area for your city or your district. For example, let's say you might get prone to floods near pumps that pump the water for your potable water, or it's just part of a major street or intersection that always gets flooded. This is where a hose reel can help get a lot of the water from point A to point B to a more convenient place for your city. Now, having a pump on the trailer can help as well, and we're going to get into why the benefits and the drawbacks of having a pump engine on your trailer, because that kind of works like a portable lift station for wastewater and flood. It's nice because it's very convenient. You can respond with just one unit, and we'll get into some of the negatives and drawbacks right now. But essentially, that's what a hose reel, emergency hose reel, will do. It will get liquid from point A to point B, long distances as well, as long as you got the pump to do it. So we're talking 3/4 of a mile. You can divert this flood. So if you have the power. So we'll get into that as well. Okay, so what are the benefits and drawbacks of having a pump engine on your trailer? Now, when I say pump engine, you have an engine to power the pump, you have an engine to power the reel, and you have to engineer that way so that there's enough power to do both. Now, with that being said, trailers do have their limits. You can't put like this humongous pump, 12-inch pump on a trailer, depending how much it weighs and how much hose you have on it. Trailers have weight capacity, limits that you have to abide by. Now, if you're in the smaller range, you're probably not going to use a 12-inch hose reel to respond to a flood anyways, unless you're like a huge utility or a wholesaler, a water wholesaler, right? So if you're responding to a flood, you're probably on the lower side of sizes, like probably 8 inch and below. So what are the benefits of having a pump engine in one unit? Well, first of all, it's convenient for space. If you have a small yard, you can fit one unit, one trailer, pump engine, let it sit in the corner, very easy to store. Also, it's easy to maintain because you only have one engine for the reel and for the pump. Now, let's say you separated that. You'd have to take care of the engine and pump on a separate trailer, and then also take care of the engine for the reel. So if that makes sense to you guys. So basically 2 engines now you got to take care of instead of one engine. So that's kind of a benefit as well. You can also respond with one unit when you have everything on one unit. You don't need 2 trailers to go respond to a flood. Now, here are some of the drawbacks. The drawbacks of having a pump engine in one unit is flexibility on site. You're going to have to take the trailer wherever you're going to have to pump, which can be, these trailers they're long, they're heavy, and you need a decent pickup truck to tow them. Now, maybe you have narrow roads or hills, and having a big trailer might not work, or maybe you want the flexibility of having the pump separate from the hose. You can put the pump wherever you want to, in a more convenient way. So kind of depends on your situation. Some people like it on one unit. They like to respond with one unit. I completely get that. And then if you need to, maybe you can rent out pumps when the situation arises, which is also totally doable as well, and might be more convenient. Like I said, if you're a more smaller yard, I think definitely having pump and engine on one trailer unit is probably the best. Let's get into some of the scenarios you can use a pump to dewater a flood or even wastewater if you need to, right? So that's what great about this. You can, if you're a wastewater district, you can use this and kind of build onto a flood program with the already wastewater needs you already have. So trailer pumps, just when there's just a trailer pump engine, that's it, no reel. Those are great for hard to reach areas. Or let's say, you need you have a space that doesn't allow you to park a bigger trailer with a hose reel in an intersection or any scenario like that. It's going to be easier to have a pump engine only trailer. And because it's compact, it's easy. You can easily take it to emergency sites. You don't need this big old truck to haul it. That's what's great about those types of trailer pumps. Now, another way to get dewater an area is also a pit pump. They can be submerged into a manhole. They can be handled manually. They weigh less than 200 pounds. They only need to be primed from 1 to 2 feet. So you don't need a lot of water for it to be under before it starts, pumping and doing its thing. The hydraulic supply is the power supply, so you can technically connect this pump to a hydraulic system as long as it has enough power that you already have in your yard. And we're talking decent numbers here. 1,200 GPMs can be used to pump through to 660 feet of hose, and you can possibly use it in conjunction with a hose reel. So, but you got to make sure that the pump is able to do flood water and wastewater if you're a wastewater department. And if you're just a flood person or just taking measures, then you can just use just a flood pump, because flood pumps do need to be a little more heavy duty because you're dealing with rocks, you're dealing with all kinds of debris on the street. But these pumps can handle it. There's some pumps out there that they can handle that kind of debris. So something to think about before you consider how to attack a flood. So who are the potential users of this? Well, I kind of mentioned it before, but I want to reiterate this. People who are flood prone, who maybe need help diverting flood areas and dewatering so that they can protect a high value area. Also, people who are concerned with wastewater spills, and it's because it's easy to build a flood program on top of a wastewater program. All you have to do is kind of adjust the pump and engine specs a little bit so that you can handle the flood water. So those are probably the two biggest people that are going to benefit from such a program. And I like I said in my rest of my videos, the third person is always going to be people who are concerned with being prepared. Not everybody's concerned about being prepared, but the people who want to respond and don't want to wake up to all these surprises, these are the kind of people that are going to be the best potential users. So it's just something to think about. Okay, everybody. Thank you for listening. I appreciate you guys. My channels and my email list is growing because of these videos that I've been making. So I'm really happy that you guys have been responding. And I've actually been getting more interest in our equipment. So I just want to say thank you for 2022. 2023 has already been more busier. And I can't wait to see what this whole year brings out, because I think our supply chain issues are getting better. Material is flowing through better, so always better. So hopefully by this year we'll be back onto 2019 levels, and it's going to be hopefully a great year. So please subscribe to this my YouTube channel, my social media channels, also my email newsletter. I have a free email newsletter where you get this video directly in your inbox. Please don't hesitate to reach out to me and let me add you to our list. So thank you again, everybody who listens, and your time. And remember to be safe and always think ahead.